Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have got some leftover worm and that from yesterday. I fished the pyramids and the weed was a bit of a nightmare. So today I'm going to fish the Camber docks with some with a 2-hook flapper and with a running ledger, but the running ledger is going to have no weight on it. It's just going to be dropped down, so it's going to be free lined, hopefully for a bass or a conger. And the 2-hook flapper is going to have it's just going to be purely worm with a little bit of tip of squid. I'll show you exactly where I'm at. So literally, as you can see, there's the entrance to the harbour. I'm literally over by fish because I wanted to literally stay right near my van. So obviously you got fish there, and then obviously I'm in this bit of the car park. I've parked here because then I'm not in nobody's way, and I'm just going to fish straight from the van. The Camber can hold some really nice bass, also like little mini species like little pout, little wrasse. Like there could be literally anything in this harbour. I've had flounder in this harbour, well, in this bit of the dock. We are approaching low water, and this is just really going to be like a video for just showing tactics of ways and tactics to fish for smaller species. So I've brought my bass rod, my mackerel rod, and then I brought a little spinning rod as well. It's down here. I'm going to set that up with light, with a small hook and a little bit of worm, and to try and get some smaller species like the little wrasse and that. It's just a little experiment thing. I see that people, like younger people, are starting out, and I just thought I'd try and do like a little video of like easy ways to catch fish to keep them interested, because I know if you go out fishing and you want to be and you blank non-stop, it can be a bit you get a little bit like, oh no, I don't want to fish no more. But you shouldn't be put off, because it happens to everybody. Even the best fishermen on their day, we all blank. I mean, I'm on a run of 2 blank, so hopefully today I can get something out of this harbour, this Camber. Otherwise I look a bit silly. But yeah, so let's get on. Let's get making some let's get the rig sorted out, and let's get in the water and start fishing. So you put it on the hook. So we're literally just covering the hook. Let me move back a little bit. We're just covering the hook, and literally that would be just fine for the smaller species. Let me just do the other hook. Or if you're feeling generous, you could put a whole worm on. Let me just get this started off. So feed the worm on the hook. You could tip it off with little bits of squid. It's up to you. I probably would normally, but I'm just going to get this one out just so I can get it set up. So just tiny little bits of worm on the hook, nothing special, just tiny bits of worm, and then literally we're just going to drop it over the side, and it's that simple. So guys, first cast, I got myself a little school bass. He's slightly hooked, just foul hooked, but there we go, a little school bass. Literally just dropping down and do exactly what I said. Let me just get him off the hook here. There we go, guys. Try and get a nice. Oh, try and get a nice. There we go, guys. A lovely little school bass. First cast. Let's get him back. As simple as that. So just wanted to show you this one, guys. So this is how I fish for big bass. I literally have the mackerel on the bottom hook head and the top hook free, and that's how I fish for big bass on a running ledger. I'm just going to drop it over the side. I'm not going to do anything fancy, just drop it in there and hope for the best. We're already one fish up, had a little schoolie already, so yeah, hopefully we can get a couple more little mini species. So the one with a white tip just had a couple of little taps. I have to say, what a beautiful day it is. Look at that absolute blue sky. See if he comes back. Some little rattles and taps on the white one. If you look, slight movement. So guys, bait wise, we're just keeping it nice and simple. 2 or 3, well, 2-inch bit of worm. We're tipped off with a little bit of squid just to keep the worm on. Stop the little fish from, sorry about the motorbike noise. Stop the little fish from pecking the worm away before it's too late. And then literally just again over the side. Nothing too major. Also guys, just quickly, also remember, always set your drag, otherwise your rods will go over the side. So you want it, that's not even got no drag on it, that took my rods right over. You want it so literally they can just take the line with no problem. Obviously this one's already very loose, so if a bass picks it up on the mackerel head. But the loose, when you're fishing places like this, you want to keep your drag as loose as you can really, so that you don't lose your stuff over the edge.
Yeah, when I come down here casting fishing, I cast out too far by the looks of it.
Nah, just fish right up over.
There, see down there where that walkway is? Yeah.
Getting some bites there.
That towards the boats, yeah, that's where all the bass get up along there, even on one side. That's funny, you got that man. Yeah.
Bites galore. I'm not hooking up. I think my oh, there we are. We had a little bite then. That's just on worm and squid. My hooks are slightly too big, I think. I'm gonna have a look in my little box in a second, see if I can scale them down slightly. But literally just little bits of worm. There we go. I don't know if you can see that moving. Just little bits of worm on a size 2.0. I've just scaled down my hooks now to a size 1 because I am getting a lot of bites, but they're not hooking up. So I thought if I scale down a little bit the hook size with a smaller bit of worm, we might be able to get a couple more fish instead of having bites but not getting. So guys, when you scale down the hooks to smaller hooks, you just scale down the bait to fit, so that will still catch fish. So these are the kind of hooks you want to be fishing in the Camber. I was going a little bit too big. These are ones, size 1s. They will pretty much do just for catching little fish. So it's worm tipped off with tiny bits of squid. There we go guys, first fish, decent fish, a nice black bream. Took a little squid and ragworm bait, tiny little bait, but yeah, there we go. So guys, I scaled down the hooks to a size 1 and the baits to slightly smaller, and straight away on the first bait I had a bream, a lovely little bream. I've taken for the pot. Literally it was only in there about 20 seconds. I've literally just put it back in, sat down. So we'll see how quick we can get one this time. It's on the one with a white tip, the furthest one away. But that's just literally little bits of worm and a tiny piece of squid tipped off with it. See if we can't get something a little bigger. Well, not a little bigger, another bream would be nice. Got a bite then on the white one. See if it comes back. There we go, see that then? Something's tapping on the white. Plenty of bites. Now I've scaled down the hooks. Should hopefully get a couple more fish. The light one, where it's got smaller hooks on, is getting the bites. There we go, there we go. A couple of little shakes. Something's having a little tap on it. A little taparoo. I've had a bream and a bass so far. I have got the big rod set up with big bait for a bigger bass, which I am tempted to take the weight off now and let it free line. But we're getting bites galore. There we go. See that then, guys? Little fish are tapping away on it. There we go, guys. My second big bream on a tiny hook with a tiny bait. You don't need big baits. Let's get him unhooked quick. Let me just get him unhooked. Anyway, let me get him unhooked. 2 secs. Oh, second bream, decent bream. Just hand for scale. It's like pretty decent bream. Tiny baits. Gave hell of a run that one on light tackle. But anyway, on to the next. Honestly, nothing special with the baits. Inch and a half of rag, tipped off with a tiny bit of squid. That is literally it. So guys, I've had a couple of bream. I've kept it simple, small baits, little hooks, little bits of ragworm, little bits of squid. Just keep it simple. Over the side, literally, I don't know if you can see my lines. They're not out at any angle. They're literally straight down over the side. Literally, we're fishing here. Look, there's one line there. We're fishing directly down. Little worm baits, little hooks. I mean, I have only had, I was pushing my nose bar back in, I could see it was hanging out. I have only had 3 fish, mind. I could have had more if I'd swapped over to little hooks quicker, but I didn't, so it is what it is. But it's better than a blank, and it should just show really how easy a 2-hook flapper. Literally go to Fish On or Lockstock or what's the other bait shop, Andy Baits. Go in there, ask for a 2-hook flapper with a, they even do a bream rig. Go in and ask for a bream rig, which is basically a 1-hook flapper or a 2-hook flapper with a size 1 hook or a size 1/0 hook. Tiny bits of bait. You want no more than 2 inch of worm, tipped off with a sliver, I mean like a sliver, just to hold the worm onto the hook of squid, and literally just drop it over. Watch out for the boats. Obviously we are in the marina or the dock, so boats do come in and out, so don't be casting out there. You don't need to. And just literally fish over the edge. It's the same at Spice Island. I free line mackerel heads mackerel, bits of mackerel, whatever, at Spice Island on a high tide with bit bigger hook, like a Frio, and that's how I get my bass and my congers. But start off small and work your way up. You don't need big weights. 1 ounce will be enough in here to hold bottom. Well, you just where you fish. Sorry, I was rudely interrupted then. Yeah, keep it simple. Small baits. This is more just to like catch some fish. As soon as you catch some fish, you'll pique your interest, and then you'll look into better fishing methods. You don't need heavy line. Like, I'd say 15-pound line's enough to fish this Camber. You could fish straight through because you're not casting, but if you're going to cast, I would not. You need to learn a shock leader knot. But if you're literally dropping it over the edge, you could fish just literally straight 15-pound line onto your rig and then drop it down. I would never advise that if you're casting. People's safety is at paramount. Shock leader should always be top of the list when you are casting, especially if you're like a big caster like myself, and for distance. But it's one of them things, you know, for the young people it's brilliant. Piques their interest, gets them out, gets them fishing. Once they catch a couple of fish, they start wanting to do more and they become better at techniques, you know. There's YouTubers, I'm not going to name people because it's like obviously my channel, but there's other YouTubers out there. Chris the Ambassador, pass it on. He's a young angler, look him up. I'm not going to say much more on him. I believe he's a really good angler, young angler. There's lots of channels out there showing people what to do. Keep it simple, just simple, don't overcomplicate things. Just Spice Island is very rocky, so for starters it's not a good starter place for young children. If you're gonna start in the Camber, start on the here there's a little jetty over the other side of there. Fish off of there, off the jetty, or fish off the little beach where the Spice Island is. Fish off the little beach there, but small baits and you will catch fish. And yeah, stay tuned for another video, guys. This was just a muck around session for this afternoon. Use up some worm. I have still got quite a lot of worm left, so I probably might head down to the creek tonight after the missus has gone home. I'm not 100% sure yet. I might even save it for tomorrow and come back out myself, see how the weather is. But till the next one, guys, tight lines. I'm off to go pick my daughter up from nursery now, so I'm going to pack down and go get my daughter and spend the rest of the afternoon with her and my missus. But again, guys, thanks for the support, and we'll see you on the next one. So 2 nice bream for the dinner plate, 29 centimeters, makes it legal. 23 is legal size for taking. So there we go, guys, 2 bream for the dinner plate.